Going on YouTube? My name is Crypto Bandit and welcome to the Money Heist team, in where I cover all the heists that I'm currently in. Now, what do I mean by heist? Well, if you don't know, DeFi is like the Wild Wild West, right? And all these platforms, to me, I treat them like banks, all right? I'm a cowboy, aka a bandit, robber, and I'm trying to hit as many banks as I can. So that's why I currently call them heists, because that's how you got to treat them. I don't treat these like investments. I treat these like banks. I'm here trying to make money. I'm going to hit it, quit it, and try to get out with as much money as I can. Now, in today's video, I'm going to cover a heist that I've been involved with quite some time, and this bank has been paying me, and that is AAS, stands for Afriq Arbitrage System, and this thing has been awesome. If you guys don't know what that is, arbitrage trading. I'm currently paying out 6%. But what's good about this thing is that they do rotate the percentage, right? And I think for the last 10 days of the month, every month, it goes away from 2 to 3 to 5% for the last 10 days, right? So that's pretty awesome. You guys can look at my other videos that I've made about this thing. But yeah, man, one thing I'm gonna say about this though, before I get started, man, this thing right here, man. All right, you look at this. Let me go in here, right? Like, this is the dashboard, right? And I'm gonna be completely honest. This is the dashboard right here. Got about 15K, made about 6 grand. I already took my money out. But one thing about this, man, this thing is like a 1987 Buick. All right, this thing done lost its paint job. All right, you turn on the radio, the windshield wiper comes on. You honk your horn, the trunk opens up. You gotta roll the window down manually. Like, this thing, the seats are all tore up. I mean, it is just an ugly, ugly car, right? Just an ugly looking thing. You'd be like, man, what happened to that car? This thing done caught on fire. No windshield. This thing is crazy. No heat, no nothing. All right, but what I'm gonna say about that though is that this car is reliable. I'll tell you what, when I put my keys in and I turn that motherfucker, it starts. I'm gonna be straight up with you. It starts. All right. I say that, man, because anyone that's involved in the AAS knows exactly what I'm talking about. This thing ain't pretty. I mean, it's all right. It's all right. It is what it is, right? Nothing too fancy, right? You got these Lamborghinis out there, aka these platforms with these nice, flashy, all these information, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? They're always having problems. This thing right here, it's a beat up old, like I said, Buick. But I tell you what, it's reliable. It's reliable, and it never let me down. Because if you're involved in this, you already know you got some negative timers sometimes. This platform be paying people out at the wrong time, taking money back. It's all craziness that be going on with this platform, right? But so far, I love it. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I love it. This dude, the CEO, all right, he has came through on everything he said. All right, he is transparent. Like I said, he is transparent. He is docs. He does interviews. Like, he comes live. Like, hey, this is him. You can see who he is. All right. And that dude has come through every single time. It's straight up. Anyone that's involved in this project knows exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to, AAS. All right. It's not ugly. It's not pretty, because you'd be like, damn, what's going on? Negative timer says, I'm negative 3 hours. But don't worry about that. It works. All right. It works. All right. So far, man, so good. This thing has been paying me out, man. But it seems like a lot of people have been having trouble with this platform. And it's like simple stuff, right? Number one, they continue to add the wrong wallet address. Guys, TRC20, man. TRC20. TRC20. You got people putting ERC20, ERC, and then complain about, oh, I put the wrong address. Look, man, there's nothing they could do about that. You got to put the right address. Number two, man, when you are filling out your information, right, to sign up, you got to put the right email address and your phone number, man. Some people, they're putting the wrong email and phone number because they're afraid you got to put that the right amount, or the correct amount, all right, or the correct information, I should say, because if not, it's not going to read, and you're going to need that information. All right, so you got to put the right amount, guys. Another thing, man, there's no compounding here, right? There's no compounding. So let's just say, for the sake of this argument right here, right, this is $5,000. Let's say I have $5,000 right here, 5,000, and I have I have 15,000 even, right? You see how it says deposit and investment. All right, this is how much I deposited, and this is how much I currently have invested. Now, some of you guys are wondering why isn't why do we even have these two? Well, I'll explain. So there's no compound right now, right? So let's say my timer's up and I got $5,000 today. Let's say I got $5,000 as my reward for the day. In order for you to top up, meaning to put the money back in, you have to withdraw this money, right? Let's pretend this is 5,000. You have to withdraw this money back to your Binance or to your wallet, and then from there you have to deposit it back in here. Now, I know some of you guys might seem like it's a pain in the butt, but like, listen, you've been doing this for a while, man. It's easy. Now, this is what I'm gonna say. Let's, for the sake of this argument, let's pretend that this is 15,000 flat, both of these, right? And I have 5,000. When I deposit that money back in, that $5,000, my deposit is going to say $20,000. All right, my investment is going to remain $15,000. That's because the system has not picked it up yet. All right, you have to give it some time. Now, I've heard some people complain and say that they been waiting for 3 or 4 or 5, but it will hit. All right, it's usually about 24 to 72 hours. All right, it will hit. It will hit, and once it hits, all right, then both of these are going to reflect. All right, just got to keep that in mind. I cannot stress that enough. All right, cannot stress it enough that when you deposit your money, it's going to be right here on top, right here. Right? Why this is important? Because a lot of people mess this up. This is where you also get your ROI. All right, so I make $250 every single day. $250 will show up right here. All right, you need to understand that when your 5,000 you deposit is going to show up right here. And what you have people is withdrawing their deposit. All right, you just deposit that money. It's going to show up right here. Like, oh, this is how much money I make, because they get it confused, right? Because as money's coming in, deposits coming in, your ROI is going in here. So now you have two different transactions happening. All right, so you got to make sure that you don't get confused and you're not taking what you initially deposited in there. All right, so please pay attention to that, man, because that's where people are messing it up. But yeah, man, like I said, this thing has been paying me out. I love this platform. I can't complain. 6,000 on the 28th, I believe, is when we're gonna start hitting the 2%. Then we're gonna hit the 3.5, and then the 5%, and then it just rotates every month. All right, but I will say, like I said, these guys have been coming through. I can't complain. I cannot complain. You might look at this dashboard like, man, what the hell? But I tell you what, I guarantee you've seen prettier dashboard, right? That rugged. I guarantee you there's been better dashboard than this, and they rugged. So it's not about the dashboard, guys. It's all about the team behind it. They're pushing. They're also going to start coming up with next week, maybe. But there's rumors of they're going to add the compound system where you no longer have to withdraw and deposit, where you could just, I think, leave your money in automatically compounds, right? So that makes it a lot easier for a lot of people. That way they're not taking money out, putting money back in, and it just makes it easier for people. But so far, man, so good. Like I said in all my videos, this right here is the blueprint. All right, I'm giving you the layout of the bank. Guys, I'm giving you the layout of the bank. It is your job to go inside the bank, all right, to look at the security system, look at the security guard, look at the pattern, when he goes on his lunch break. Look at the bank tellers. How many bank tellers do they have working on the weekends? Your emergency exit, right? How many emergency exits do they have? AKA, do your research. All right, if you were to rob a bank in the real world, right? Let's say you were to do this, all right? I'm not recommending like this is you, but if you were to do that, all right, you're going to go in there and then do your research. You're not just going to hit that bank for the first time that you're actually doing the heist. No. So this should be no different. All right, you should take your time, look into it, see, all right, what's going on, because you already know, regardless, even if you have a perfect plan, it is still high risk, right? Right? Like there's no perfect bank like heist. There is. We see movies, people got away with it, but things could go wrong. And it's the same thing with this, right? You could do everything in research, and guess what? This is high risk, man. So I say that, man, because if you get caught by the cops because you got too greedy, you had no idea what was going on, and you get caught, and now you're doing time behind bar, aka you got rugged, right? Hey, don't be calling me talking about, man, can I hook it up? Can I send you some money? Whatever. I'm going to say no. No. And guess what? You're not going behind bars and you're going to start talking. There's no snitching in this game. You understand? Snitches get stitches. You do your time. I did my time. All right. I've been caught in so many heists. All right. I've been locked up. Oh, excuse me, guys. I've been locked up. And you know what? I just did my time. And that's what I expect from every single one of you guys. All right. Guys, I appreciate the time. Like always, take care. Peace.